Hey you guys, my name is micah.josey. I'm a realtor here in Austin, Texas, and today we're talking about fun things that you can do while you're here in town. Hey you guys, okay, so we're talking all fun things to do in Austin. I'm just listing really some of my favorites. Honestly, Austin's a fun place. If you're thinking about visiting here, you know that. You wouldn't plan a trip to somewhere boring because that would be absolutely lame. But I'm here to give you some fun things to do from somebody who's done them and enjoyed them. So I don't know if you're thinking about moving to Austin and maybe you're planning a scouting trip, where you want to look and see where you might want to live or if you even want to live in Austin. But while you're doing all those things, you've got to have some fun stuff mixed into it. Maybe you're kind of warping it into family vacay or just like a fun getaway for you and whoever. So I wanted to include some fun stuff. I always tell people if you're coming to look for where you want to live, you've got to have some fun while you're here because, day-to-day life, you got to have fun. So you got to see if is Austin worth it? Is it fun for you? I would say Austin's one of the funnest places to live, but that's up to you to decide. I actually have a guide that I've put together. You can always download it on my YouTube channel, or you can shoot me a text or call me and I'd be happy to forward it over to you. It's basically a guide that goes through all of the different areas of Austin while you're on a trip here, but includes fun stuff to do, good places to eat, things like that. So if you want recommendations and while you're also just trying to drive through the city slowly and see what spot feels like home to you, call me up and I'd be happy to send it to you. But I just wanted to list some of my favorite things to do for you today. So number one on the list, which, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is so generic because if you're looking for fun things to do in Austin, this is probably on every list, but I can't not say it because it's my favorite thing. And so, okay, if you're coming to Austin, anytime in the warmer months, you need to go paddleboarding at Lady Bird Lake. And I know what you're thinking, Micah, we've looked at the list of things to do. Maybe this isn't the first video you've seen, so I'm sure you've heard of that, but I'm telling you, you've got to. So if you're coming anytime from like March to honestly November, it's warm here a good amount of the time. Just check the weather, I guess. Then you've got to go paddleboarding. It is so fun. So Lady Bird Lake goes right through downtown. It's one of 3 beautiful lakes here in Austin. And it's so much fun. So even if you've never paddleboard before, you've got to try it. And if you're bringing your family, it's a great thing to group in the kids with. I will tell you, so one thing that we've done before, a couple years ago, my nephew was in town. He was 3 at the time, and we brought him, and one of us rented a kayak. It was like a double kayak where he could sit in there, and another one did a paddleboard. So even if you have your kids coming, they'll love it. They'll have a ton of fun. But you get to paddleboard right through downtown, and it's beautiful, it's fun, it's a great afternoon thing. You can rent the paddleboards by like the hour, and sometimes you can rent them by the day too. Yeah. So where I'd recommend going, and only because this is the place that I've been to, is Texas Rowing Center. There's several other places that you can rent paddleboards from. I'm sure they're great, but I don't want to vouch for them since I've never been there, but I would 10 out of 10 recommend it. We used to do this, so before we lived in Austin. If you don't know, I'm from Houston originally. That's where I grew up. And I moved to Austin a few years ago. And every time I'd come to Austin, I'd make everyone I was with, like, we have to go paddleboarding because it's so much fun. And it really is. So if you're here in the summer months or in the spring or anytime it's warm, do it. You won't regret. We've even been talking about getting our own paddleboard, so we can just go out whenever we want to, just because it's fun. It's exercise, even though I don't like to think of it like that. I really just like to think that it's fun. So anyways, I would recommend. So the second thing that you should do if you're in town and you want to get the full Austin experience is you've got to go to South Congress and kind of explore down there. There's a lot of fun shops. Cool food. I'd recommend home slice pizza. Likely there's gonna be a wait, but if there wasn't a wait, is it even that good? It's the good places always have waits. So if you're in town and you like pizza and you're in South Congress, go to Home Slice. I'd recommend. There's also a gelato shop. I don't know the name right off the top of my head, but it's very good. It's right across the street. I'm sure you'll find it. It smells delicious in there. They make like fresh cones and everything. Would recommend. So always go to South Congress. There's all those like cool murals that you see whenever you think of Austin or you see people visiting Austin. I'm sure they're taking pictures down there. So it is a ton of fun. Would recommend. Okay, so another fun place that you can go that again is good for families, kids love it, is the Ice Cream Museum. So that is at the Domain right now. Not right now. It's at the Domain always. It's really fun. So they have the ice cream museums in several different cities. There's one in New York. They have it in Tokyo, I think. But Austin is one of them. It's super cool. So like you see, there's like slides into like pools of sprinkles and all sorts of fun stuff like that. It's just a fun experience. And then afterwards, you can hang out at the Domain. There's shopping, places to eat, and just kind of get another fun place to go to, check it off your list that you've been to the Domain in Austin. That's North Austin, so it's kind of way on the opposite side than South Congress and Lady Bird are, but it is a fun place, and it's, if you like shopping, that is the place to be. Okay, some other fun places. So if you are coming with your family and you're like, okay, where should we stay? And you want to do something fun, because again, you might be someone who's coming into town and you want to check out neighborhoods, but you also don't want your kids to be miserable, or you don't want to be miserable because you want to have fun while you're here. So I would recommend staying at Kalahari in Round Rock. So it is a full-blown resort. They have an indoor water park. So if it's December, you can go down the water slides because it's inside and have a ton of fun. So I tell people, play on the water slides, go to the water park all day and have the best time. And then if you need to sneak away for like an hour for me to show you a few houses so you can figure out where you might want to live at, we can do that. We can make it quick so you can get back to all of the fun things with your family, with your kids. It's so fun. People love it. There's a ton of great things. And if you're thinking you kind of want to live in suburbia, you're right there in Round Rock, so you can kind of get the full Round Rock experience, see some neighborhoods. I always tell people, if you're thinking about coming into town, to actually figure out what area you might want to live in Austin, let's talk before you come in, and we can kind of narrow it. If you're like, okay, we want this many bedrooms, this many baths, this is kind of what we like to do, and this is our budget, I can help you narrow in, and we can, drive through a couple of neighborhoods, and even if you're thinking like, look, we're not going to move for 6 months, it still helps. You might want to just go into a house and be like, okay, these are what the houses look like when we're in town. Like I said, we can make it quick because I know you want to get back to all of the fun stuff, but it is important, if that's what you're coming for, to see houses. So definitely give me a call before you're here. I'd love to give you even more personal recommendations, once you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for. So if you're staying at Kalahari, and right across the street, say you're a baseball fan, is Round Rock Express. So they are a minor league team in Round Rock, and they are the minor league team for the Texas Rangers. If you're a Rangers fan, all the better. Maybe see some players before they make it to the big leagues. And if you're not a Rangers fan, then it's still fun. I personally am not a Rangers fan. I don't care about baseball that much. But since I'm from Houston, I love the Astros. If you hate the Astros, just forget I said that. We'll just toss that out the window. And, I like whatever team you like. But no, seriously though, I love the Astros. But I still love going to Round Rock Express games. It's a ton of fun. So their stadium's very cool. They even have a section that you can sit in rocking chairs, which I kind of like. I love a rocking chair and getting to, do that while I watch the game, or while my husband watches the game, and I kind of enjoy the concessions kind of thing. But it's a lot of fun if y'all love baseball, or if you just want to try something new. It's literally like across the street from Kalahari. So if you're staying there, just to kind of place it, it is a ton of fun. So this is a limited list of fun things to do, but I don't know, they're a ton of fun. So if you're thinking about coming and you want more suggestions, you can either call me, or again, I can send you that guide because it's got a ton of great things that, and even just restaurant recommendations, when I go on trips. I try not to eat somewhere that I can eat at home. So I'm here to offer you Austin suggestions, good places to eat, tell you where to steer clear from, and all of that. So anyways, you guys, I hope you're having a great week. Give me a call if you're visiting. I'd love to help you out.